Good morning. Welcome back to first voice break of the day. Welcome back to another issue of the Daily Planet. Welcome back to another issue of the Daily Planet. Hope you are having a good week. Hope that you have some fun plans for the weekend as we creep ever so closely into the Halloween season, which you know I am excited for. The time of recording this video, I did a little Salem toy hunt / walk around. Very, very brief video. I'll try to edit that today or tomorrow and put that out. Yeah, it's okay. It's all right. Nothing crazy. But yeah, I'm looking forward to doing more Salem content this year. I've never done Salem content. I keep saying more, so I've done it before, and I haven't. So this will be my first Salem video, and I'll try to think of some other Halloween videos to do. I definitely need to do a Ghostbuster video, like as far as cosplay. That seems to do very well on the channel. I think a lot of you enjoy the Ghostbuster cosplay stuff. So I'll do one for this year at 2025. But for Comic-Con, we're actually, my wife and I, we're actually not doing Ghostbusters this year. So you have to stay tuned for that to see what we end up being. But today's issue, outside of those updates, why am I talking like this? I wanted to cover a lot of things, a ton, and I don't know how to put them all into one concise issue, so I'll try my best. I will try my best. You YouTubers out there and creators, we have talked about the algorithm before and the need to try to battle the algorithm, or I should say your inner creator need to battle the algorithm versus appeasing the algorithm. Appeasing it's the easiest thing to do, but fighting it and going against the algorithm is probably what your creator heart wants to do. It's coming up a lot because there have been some creators out there that people like Sal have pointed out that have really been pushing lately for subscribers. And these are creators that actually get a lot of views, already have a lot of subscribers. And they're pushing people like, hey, please subscribe, more than before. And I think I talked about it on this series where between trying to sell marketing dollars, between trying to get the watch time, having subscribers is the easiest way to ensure, to the best of your ability, that people are seeing you in their feed every day when they open up YouTube. But I think what's happening as well is more and more creators are realizing that their niche may not be what they want to do anymore. That their niche may not be what's popular anymore. People may not be interested in what they're covering anymore. And I glazed over that with the Star Wars thing, but it might be happening in a lot more niches than we even realize. I mean, your algorithm, your feed is way different than my feed. I talked to you about how I was unsubscribing to channels that I just don't watch anymore because I just always skip the videos. And that's because my interests have changed. Change with age, change with experience, change with just life. And I think a lot of creators are really starting to suffer from just that being a thing. Like, how niche is what you're talking about that as your demo changes, they no longer care about what you're talking about, and you're having trouble bringing in a new demo or maintaining the stats of that demo but it being new people, the next generation, might be really hard to do these days, depending on what you cover. You've arrived. This 2 videos brought this to my thought. Again, outside of the Star Wars one, there was, I don't remember the name of the channel actually. I'll try to find it and put it on the screen here. This guy, I guess he does medieval reviews. I've never watched the channel before, but he covers, like, the videos I saw and the videos that were in his video were him with like medieval swords and shields and stuff. I don't know if he's reviewing them. I don't know what he does, but he was talking about how his videos are getting beat up right now in views. And once again, similar to the other video we talked about with Eckhart's Ladder, I would kill for 1,000 view video. If 1,000 views were what I was getting on a regular basis, I'd be like, all right, wonderful, let's go with that. But for these larger channels, that's nothing. It's terrible. Oh, sorry, and I think it was like 1,000 views in like the first hour, something like that. So for him, he's like, I don't understand what's happening. I'm taking down videos. I'm taking down low performing videos to try to appease the algorithm so that it thinks that, you know, I'm only getting high view videos, like all sorts of games they're trying to play against it. And I was like, and I don't remember if he mentioned it in his video, but maybe people don't find interest in that anymore, in what he does. But that's his niche. So what do you do? What do you do? Last night, I'm actually going to adjust this. Last night I was coming back from an event and Black Nerd Comedy dropped a YouTube video. He doesn't really do that too much anymore. And it was one of those like very something's changing on the channel type videos. I'll put a thumbnail here. And he was talking about how things have changed over the years. He's not going anywhere. He's had a lot of opportunities thanks to YouTube, but the game has changed. And he was very fearful to talk about things outside of his wheelhouse. That's my wording, not his necessarily, but he was afraid to talk about things outside of his wheelhouse because if one, it doesn't meet his editing criteria. Two, if it doesn't meet his, you know, if he doesn't think it's going to serve his audience, even if he wants to talk about it, he's like, I'm not going to do it because I'm afraid it's going to hurt the channel and the channel growth. But now he's like, I just feel like I have to because there's other things I want to talk about. There's things that I used to care about that I just don't care about anymore. And he didn't go into like too many details because the man still does plenty of work outside of YouTube. So I know that he didn't want to like say anything too bad, but you know, he used to, for example, go nuts over a trailer review for something, you know, like screaming and yelling and all that stuff. And now it's like, it's kind of old doing that. And eventually you kind of start just faking it when you're doing that. So I pulled into Target and I feel like it must be a Pokemon drop day. I don't know, I'm just getting that feeling. But, you know, he's like, I want to start covering other things. And I think it's time to start doing it because he's changed as a person after doing YouTube for 18 years. And I get it. So I wonder if we're getting to a point where being niche won't be important, but because the algorithm is still a thing, and I don't think the algorithm is going to go away, I think you just have to be niche until you get to a certain level. I think you're just, I don't see any way around it. Just thinking randomly. As a creator, even you as a creator, like there's what we want to do, but like we may not be able to do it until you're able to call the shots and do it. Just a thought. And then I'll briefly touch on this. That spirals into the Jimmy Kimmel thing. I've said on the channel before that I think I have at least. Legacy TV is what it is. I don't watch it anymore. I don't know many people who do watch Legacy TV anymore. So I don't know if his show is still popular. I don't know if any of the late night shows are still popular in that space, other than just like name recognition. But with the news of him getting let go yesterday, he, similar to others before him, I think he's gotten to a point where, like, all right, if you're not gonna let me talk about what I want to talk about, I'll just go somewhere else to talk about it. And it's because he's gotten that big. I feel like he'll be able to do that. So just be able to start a podcast. And if the viewership was there for his show, the viewership will follow him to whatever he does now. I don't think that the days of people following a specific show, despite the host, I think those days are gone. I think now it's about the personality. It's about the influencer. That's the culture we're in right now. It's not so much the name recognition of the Tonight Show or whatever it may be. So similar to the YouTube thing, you get to a certain point, you get big enough, you kind of like call your shot. You can break out of the mold if you want to. But the second part of that is, and there's the huge thing of the company and how they are trying to do a merger and they want to appease the FCC, and the FCC attacked them yesterday. There's levels to it. I won't cover it here. If you want to look it up, you can. If you want me to talk about it, maybe I will with some other video. There's levels to it. But I think what's crazy is we're reaching also a point where there may not be a lot of outlets where we can kind of just like freely speak as time goes on. So I think while you have the opportunity to even put out a video like this and have your voice be heard, I feel like you should go for it. You should go for it. And do you niche it so that way you can get into the algorithm and get a lot of views? By all means, go for it. But if you can't, and you have so many different thoughts and so many different things you want to talk about, and so many different niches you want to cover, don't let the fear of the algorithm stop you from just putting out the content. Just go for it. Just go for it. But understand, it's going to be a lot harder for you if you do not niche. It just will. So you got to figure out what you want. But that's my issue for today. I have to go get some things before work. And tonight is Hey Archer Live. So make sure you stop by 8:15ish p.m. here on Nerd Affiliated. I'll try to get that Salem video out. I did some recording last night when I went to this event, but I couldn't record at the event, which I didn't know. So I don't know what to do with that content. I'll figure that out. And we'll have more Halloween and Ghostbusters things coming out as we get into the season. So, as per usual, like, comment, subscribe. Talk to you later. Peace.